Okay. Okay, so my name is Anam Iqbal, and I am an assistant director at UNT. And I'm going to talk about UNT with you guys and some of the things we offer, as well as admissions, and we'll go from there. Okay. So UNT, we are located in Denton, Texas. It is not that hard to get to us from the general area where y'all are at. You just kind of get on 37 to 35 and then keep going. And if you hit Oklahoma, you've gone too far. We're about 30 minutes from the Oklahoma border, so you don't get much north in North Texas. Recently, Denton was voted best college town in Texas, but we are not that small because we have over 100,000 people that live there. So it is a pretty big, small town. A lot of students do refer to us as Little Austin because we have a similar feel and vibe, just on a much smaller scale. This picture right here in the top left corner is downtown Denton. That is the Denton County Courthouse. They do light it up green for UNT at night. During the spring and summer months, one of my favorite things that the city of Denton does is that it has this thing called Twilight Tunes. So bands and artists of all different types of music will come out and perform, and people will hang out in this grassy area, um, picnic style, just listening to music. And they do this every Thursday night in the spring and summer months. So it's a pretty popular thing. See, kind of like this picture at the bottom left right here. UNT itself, we were founded in 1890. We actually started off as a teacher's college. We've grown a lot in those 129 years because now we offer 105 bachelor's degrees. Your application to UNT is the application to all of these programs. The only one that requires anything additional would be anything in the College of Music. So if you wanted to be a music major, whether that's performance, composition, music education, all of that requires a separate music application as well as an audition. Auditions are held in January and February of your senior year, and half of the audition is sight reading and the other half is a prepared piece, usually a class 1 solo. So just remember, music majors, there's additional SNP. Everyone else, application to UNT is application to the program. Our top 5 programs, and by top 5, I mean these are the ones that students are asking me about all the time, would be anything in music, engineering, education, business, as well as psychology. But we also have nationally ranked programs in our School of Journalism, College of Visual Arts and Design. We have fully accredited forensic science program. So there's definitely a lot of things happening here on our campus. You kind of just have to find it. We also have really strong pre-med, pre-law, pre-dental, pre-physical therapy. All those programs are tracks, and those are really popular as well. So we're known as the Mean Green, but we really do mean green. We are a leader in environmentally friendly and sustainability efforts. Most of our buildings built after 2011 have been LEED certified at the platinum level. That means that we are very environmentally friendly and energy efficient. We're the only campus in the nation that has wind turbines on campus property, and we have 3 of them. The energy that we get from them, we take and we put right back into our football stadium. We also promote green ways to travel. So not only will you see bicycle racks in front of our buildings, but you will see skateboarding racks in front of our buildings. So when I was a student, I remember the first time I saw one of these things, I thought it was a new recycling bin, and I put paper in it, and then the paper comes out, and I was like, what is this? And a guy comes up, hops off his board, and he's like, it's a skateboard rack. He slides his board in the slot, locks it up, and goes to class. I visit a lot of high schools and I visit a lot of colleges, and I really haven't seen skateboard racks everywhere. It's only like select few places. We also have workout equipment called ellipticals. It's on this bottom middle picture right here. We have 30 of them hooked up to this machine called Re-Rev, or we used to have it hooked up to Re-Rev. The energy that y'all created while y'all would work out, we would take and we put right back into our rec center. About 30 minutes on the elliptical was the equivalent about 1 hour of laptop charging. So it's a lot of energy that we would take and we would put right back into our building. They recently took that away because they're trying to make it more efficient. So it's not there anymore, but we know we're getting something better like coming up soon. So along with the ellipticals, we do have other things going on in our rec center. Multi-purpose court, so indoor soccer, volleyball, basketball, we have that. a walking and jogging track, and it's cool because it's on the second floor, and you can look down and see people in the weight room and see them on the other machines. We also have a 45-foot rock climbing wall. All of the rec center is completely free for students. You pay for with your tuition and fees, so you really just need to utilize it. We do have an Olympic-sized pool, and that's kind of a picture in the background right there, but this is a better picture of our leisure pool. We have our own lazy river, and then this big circle thing right here is a 29-person hot tub. Why is it 29 and not 30? Why so big to begin with? I don't know, but we have it. And the rec center will do these things called dive-in movies. So they'll put a big screen up right here, and people will be in the pool while they're watching the movie. And they do this several times a semester. So it's a pretty common thing. So we've had a lot of people come to UNT and gone on to do some really cool stuff. Dr. Phil became Dr. Phil at UNT. He got his doctorate degree from us. Before that, people just called him Phil. Lance Dunbar, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys. My favorite wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He also went to UNT, and he was on the football team back when he was a student. Grammy-winning artists like Norah Jones and Lecrae also attended North Texas. If anybody has watched Dragon Ball Z, the voice of Vegeta, his name is Chris Sabat. He also graduated from UNT. He got his degree in radio, television, and film. And there's also someone else I always make sure to mention, and it's this woman right here. Her name is Becca Perfecto. That is her real name. By day, she is an assistant director just like me. We work very closely together in the office. But by night, she is a Puerto Rican pop star, and she has an album out on iTunes and Spotify. The reason why I bring her up is not just because of her album. It's because if anybody feels more comfortable talking to someone in Spanish, she's the person that I refer you to. And if you need her contact information, just let me know and I can get that for you. And her album is actually really, really cool. That's all in Spanish, so I don't know any of the words, but I like to listen to it. So once you guys get to campus, we do offer a lot of on-campus support. Tutoring, 24-hour computer labs, academic advising. All of these services are completely free for students. Again, you pay for it with your tuition and fees. You might as well utilize it. We do have a career center that will help you get on campus as well as off campus employment as well as internships. It doesn't stop once you graduate. As an alumni of UNT, you still have access to the career center, and they'll help you get into whatever field you're looking into. We are a very diverse campus, and not only do we have diversity, but we celebrate that diversity, and the Multicultural Center is always hosting different events for the student body. If you guys get sick and can't make it back home in time for mom and dad to take care of you, the Health and Wellness Center is there. Most of the services that they offer are also free for students, and the ones that you do have to pay for are at a very reduced cost. And of course, we're a university, so we are going to have libraries, and this is the biggest one that we have on campus. It's called Willis Library. So it's like in the middle of campus. You really can't miss it. So if you, aside from the academic stuff, there is fun stuff going on campus. We have over 400 student organizations. This includes leadership organizations, honor societies, spirit and traditions, very active in Greek life as well. So if you're interested or in a fraternity or sorority, we probably have it. If you can't find one out of the 400 plus that interest you, grab a few of your friends, fill out the appropriate paperwork, and start one of your own. A friend of mine started a group back when we were sophomores, and I checked up on it a couple of years ago, and it has grown. They meet up twice a month. They're very active on campus as well as the Denton community. And I remember when he started it, it was just 6 of us, and 5 of us did not even care. We were just there to support that one friend. So it was cool to see, how much that it has grown. So as a UNT student, there are certain perks that you guys get. For example, you guys get free admissions to all concerts, conferences, festivals, and all UNT home games. If it's held on our campus, your student ID will get you in. We bring in guest speakers often, so these are some of the many that I've gotten to see during my years at UNT. John Legend, Laverne Cox from Orange is the New Black, George Takei, Vivica Fox, Rainn Wilson, aka Dwight from The Office. Maya Angelou came out a few times when I was a student. Just last week, we had Common come out. Last year, we had Neve from the MTV show Catfish, as well as Bill Nye the Science Guy came out last April as well. So take advantage of this stuff when you are a student. Even though I have 2 degrees from here, I work here, none of this stuff is free for me anymore. I have to pay to go to every single thing, versus UNC students, you just have to show them your student ID. I talked about our football stadium earlier. That is a picture of it right there. We have a lot of school spirit and we have a lot of school pride. So our football games are a lot of fun, and not a lot of schools can say that their home football games are free. Not a lot of high schools can even say that, but we can. So again, take advantage of that. We are a Division I school, D1, in Conference USA, and these are the sports that we offer. Now, if you notice, there are some really popular sports that are missing, like men's soccer and men's baseball. That doesn't mean we don't have them. That means it's run through our rec center as a club team. The club teams still go out and compete against other schools. They still have tryouts. They still have uniforms. The main difference in our club team and our D1 team is that we don't recruit for the club team. That's pretty much it. You just have to go to tryouts and go from there. But there's a club team for pretty much everything. So men's soccer and men's baseball, yeah. But we also have like ultimate frisbee and paintball. So if you wanted to play sports on our campus, there's definitely opportunities for you to play sports on our campus. And again, home games for all D1 sports and club sports are completely free for students. So housing and residence life, everyone's favorite topic. As a freshman on campus, you do have to live on campus just your first year. You can pick your roommate, and you can also bring your car if you have one by then. The biggest residence hall that we have is this one right here, Kerr Hall. It holds about 1,000 freshmen, and then the rest of them are smaller than that. Each hall has its own feel, has its own vibe, has its own thing that makes it unique. So definitely come out and see which one fits your needs and your personality the best. So along with housing you guys, we'll be feeding you guys, and there are 5 cafeterias for you to pick from. Each of these are also known for something different. For example, Mean Greens, we're the first school in the nation to have an all-vegan cafeteria, and other schools have modeled their vegan cafeterias after ours. West Cafeteria, it used to be known for its like Southern style comfort food, but now they changed it to like a 100% allergy-free environment. So if you're gluten-free, so if you have a gluten allergy or if you're allergic to like nuts or something, that's the place for you. Like they took care of all of that there. So whichever meal plan it's gonna be set up as a 5-day, Monday through Friday, or a 7-day, Sunday to Sunday. You can eat as much as you want, as many times as you want, any one of those cafeterias. Now, if you notice down here, we have some on-campus restaurants. We have more, but these are the ones that I go to the most. So whichever meal plan you decide to get is going to come with a designated amount of money called Flex Dollars, built into your student ID, kind of like a gift card. You use your Flex Dollars at any one of the on-campus restaurants. Once you run out of Flex, you can either go online and refill your account just like you would a gift card, or start paying with regular cash or card. It's up to you. But the cafeterias are unlimited, all you can eat. On-campus restaurants use some form of payment. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about admissions. There are 4 items needed to complete your application. Number 1, the Apply Texas application. We are also on Common App. In case any of you are interested in using Common App, most of my Texas students use Apply Texas. The second thing that we need is an application fee or fee waiver. There's several different types of fee waivers that we accept. The most common one is the College Board one through SAT. We also accept the ACT one. We also accept the NACAC one. ACT and NACAC are available through your high school counselor. We also, if you don't have the SAT one, if you don't qualify for the others, if you complete your FAFSA or TASFA and your EFC, expected family contribution, is 400 or less, make sure to send us your FAFSA so that way we can waive your fee that way. But the most common one is College Board. Official high school transcripts. We do need high school transcripts to make our admissions decision. If you're taking any dual credits with any other school, make sure to submit that transcript as well. But to make our admissions decision, we need that high school transcript. And then an ACT or SAT test score. We do not have our preference over which one a student takes. We just need one on file to make a decision. So the priority deadline is March 1 of your senior year. UNT works on a rolling admissions basis. So what that means is the faster you can get me all 4 of these items, the faster I can make an admissions decision. The application opened up July 1 of this year, and I had students that applied on July 1, and by July 31st, they had their acceptance letter in hand ready to go. So as long as you do your part in turning things us quickly, we'll do our part and make a decision quickly. You can apply after March 1st of your senior year, but scholarships have closed and the application fee does go up. So just keep that in mind. Just because you have time doesn't mean you have to take all that time. Okay, so these are the admission requirements for incoming freshmen. I need you guys to look at this new ACT column and a new SAT and then ACT column. Old SAT doesn't really apply to anyone anymore, but it's still on our website, so I have to keep it up on there. So the test score you need to get in is determined by where you fall in your class rank. If you are in the top 10% of your graduating class, you're automatically admitted into UNT, as long as you submit all 4 of the required items: application, fee or fee waiver, official high school transcript, and test scores. If you are in the top 25, so outside of the top 10, but in the next 15, you need a 10, 30, or a 20. If you're in the second quarter, top 50%, you need a 11, 30, or 23. Third quarter students need a 12, 50, or 26. Now, some things to keep in mind. At UNT, we do super score. So say you take the SAT 2 times. Your highest math score was the first time, but your highest critical reading score was the second time. Send us both sets of scores. We will take the highest of all your attempts, put those together to give you the highest score possible. So it doesn't hurt you however many times you take the test. We're only going to look at whatever you do better on. And we super score SAT as well as the ACT. We don't have a preference. We also do not require essays or letters of recommendation. So think of that as extra credit. It is there to help you. So say you're in the second quarter and that 11:30 is just not happening, that 23 is also just not happening. Even with super score, you're close but not quite. Think about submitting those additional items. I do read everything that comes into a student's file before I make a decision. So if I see that the student took the time to send me the additional items, I will take the time to read the additional items. Again, it is there to help you. If you are going to submit letters of rec, 2, no more than 3 is sufficient. And then if you are going to submit an essay, we prefer topic B, like boy, on the Applied Texas website. Again, it's not required, just recommended, especially if you do not meet these guaranteed admission requirements. Okay, so I'm not going into too much detail on financial aid and scholarships, but I will say that we have a lot of money to give to students. We just need y'all to apply for it. At UNT, there's several types of scholarships that we offer. There's several types of financial aid that we offer. With scholarships, it's one general scholarship application that you will need to fill out. And you can't apply for our scholarships until you have applied for UNT. This one application puts your name in about 100 different scholarships that we have on campus. So some of these scholarships are merit-based, meaning we look at your grades and your test scores. Some of these are financial need-based, so we look at FAFSA or TASFA. And then some of these are departmental. So whatever department you're applying for, they use this application to see what they can award you, and they have all different types of criteria. A really popular merit-based scholarship that we have is called UNT Excellence. They changed the name to like Eagle. There's also Presidential, but Excellence, if you say that, people know what you're talking about. This one ranges from $1,000 to $10,000, renewable for up to 4 years. Again, it depends on your class rank, your test scores, your GPA, that kind of thing. To be eligible for any merit scholarship, you have to be at least in the top half of your graduating class, 1100 SAT, or a 24 ACT. If you have one but not other, if you're close but not quite, still apply and fill out the general scholarship application, because again, that's just one type. It is not the only type. Another really popular financial need-based program that we have is Emerald Eagle Scholars. To be eligible for it doesn't mean you're going to get it, just means you're eligible. They like students to be admitted before March 1 and submit FAFSA or TASFA before January 15th. As long as your parents make $40,000 a year or less, you are eligible. Again, doesn't mean you're going to get it, just means you're eligible. Once Emerald Eagle Scholars gets a list of students that are eligible, then they go back in and look at your grades and your test scores. If you are offered Emerald Eagle Scholars, your tuition and fees are covered all 4 years that you attend UNT, as long as you maintain the GPA and stuff to keep it. So you still have to pay for housing, and books, but a big chunk of money is covered by Emerald Eagle Scholars, your tuition and fees. If you get a scholarship on top of that, you can put that towards housing, towards books, or anything like that. There's no separate application for Emerald Eagle Scholars. You have to just make sure to get admitted and submit FAFSA or TAFSA before the deadlines. That's pretty much it. That's a really popular one, and it's only open to students in the state of Texas. So it's really popular with my Texas students. Again, important deadlines, March 1 for scholarships, and then January 15th for FAFSA or TAFSA, whichever applies to you. So we do have tours Monday through Saturday, and that is the tours website. We also have big open houses called UNT Preview. At Preview Day, we'll tour the campus and all that fun stuff, but all the departments will be there. Financial aid and scholarships will be there. So you can talk to whoever you need to talk to about whatever you need to talk to them about. It's all on one day. The next one coming up is Saturday, March 7th. Tours and Preview Day are completely free and family friendly. You just register and show up. Preview Day, if you don't register and still show up, that's okay. Not a big deal. We just make you do it on site. Honestly, the only reason we have you registered to begin with is because we do provide food there, and we just want to make sure we have enough food for everybody. And then here's my contact information in case you need to reach out to me. Email as well as my phone number, but I will tell you that email is the fastest way to reach us because I am out of the office a lot. So if you call me, just know sometimes it can take me like 2 weeks to get back to you versus emails I respond to fairly quickly. My office is on social media, so if you ever want to be reminded of upcoming dates or deadlines or just see what's going on campus that day, feel free to follow us. Our name for all of them on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat is @UNT Admissions. And that's all.